Coal City, West Virginia here on this cloudy, rainy Saturday afternoon with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry, getting you ready for a full afternoon and evening of girls softball. And Bill, we've got one of three games ready to start here in a couple of minutes. It's the Lady Spartans of Greenbrier East. They have a record of 11-6, taking on the Independence Patriots. They are 15-5. Well, the rain has gone away for now, but boy, about a half an hour, 45 minutes ago, it was really coming down.
Yeah, we had a cloud burst just for a few minutes, but it was enough. And by the way, the field here is in great shape, and it needs some rain. So right now we're in terrific shape. But I'll tell you what, the rain is coming. We're going to be here anyway. We'll take our first break and have the lineups in a moment from Coal City on Video Productions.
Little General Store. Feel your thing. West Virginia.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World of Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy.
Back here at Independence High School, we're getting ready to get this first game underway. The rains we hope for the continuance of the day has gone away, Bill. At least it's gone away for the moment.
It has, Maris. Temperature right now is 62 degrees. High today expected of 65, but I'm looking at the radar, and it looks like we're going to get a big slug of rain maybe in the next hour or two, but hopefully this game will be rain-free, and it should be a good one. Independence coming in with a 15-5 mark under head coach Ken Adkins, and the visitors from Greenbrier East, the Spartans, are 11-6 under coach Aaron Ambler, and we'll get this one started in just a moment.
So the first three batters for Greenbrier East will be Klein and Petrigla and Collins. Defensively for Independence in the outfield, left to right, will be Booth in left, Joyce in center, and Bragg in right. In the infield, it'll be Simpson at third, Lilly at short. It'll be Rabin at second and Bream at first. The battery will be Pierce and Parks. And we're ready to go. As we're ready to get the ball game started, it'll be Reagan Klein to lead things off for Greenbrier East. She's the Spartan center fielder. She hits from the left-hand side of the plate. Everybody's all set, and we're ready to go as we get this game started right on time, right at high noon here in Coal City, West Virginia. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions as Pierce sets in ready. And here comes the opening pitch of the ball game. And here it is. And it'll be ball one.
Kinsey Pierce, who came in, we were here doing the softball game with Independence and St. Albans on Wednesday evening, and Pierce came in relief and did a terrific job.
And now we have Tom.
We talked to Kinsey's dad just before we came on the air. He was very proud, obviously, of his young lady, but also the fact that she has really done well with strikeouts.
Yeah, you know, Bill, odd that after the first pitch that you have a visit from the manager. I'm not sure really what that was about.
Well, whatever it is, Ken Adkins knows what he's doing as the head man. Of the 15 wins for Independence, 5 losses, all 5 came to out-of-state teams. So in West Virginia, Independence is perfect.
Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Pierce ready. And the pitch. And that'll be a called strike, and the count will even at 1-1. We'll get the graphics situated for you here momentarily as we appreciate all the hard work that Nick Eskins, the heavy hitter, doing here to get us get this broadcast going. Alex Fink on camera, the 1-1 pitch, and it'll be ball 2-1. But, you know, Bill, it's hard to really tell people of how hard it was really raining probably about a half an hour, 45 minutes ago.
Came down in buckets, no doubt.
And here comes the 3-1 pitch. And that's swung on, and that's hit foul, and the count will go full at 3-2.
Maris, I think you might as well let everybody know about the dimensions at Larry T. Poe Field. This is a first-rate facility here at Independence.
Yeah, 200 down the line, 200 to center field. Actually, all the way foul pole to foul pole is 200. And I thought it was 2-2. The scoreboard has 3-2. The count is 2-2. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on. That ball was hit to the right side of the field. That is picked up. And was that an out? I'll tell you,
that was an out, yes.
From where my location is, I can't see the whole field, and I'm trying to look at 3 different screens. So there's the first out of the ball game.
Yeah, we are right behind home plate, but in an enclosure, but the window is not large. So what I'm doing, I'm stretching out my mic cord here, and I'm outside the press box until it rains, if it rains.
Does that go? Was that to second base? Is that where that was?
Yes.
So ground out to second base.
Yes.
Klein's out, and it'll be Lacey Patrigla will be the hitter, the Greenbrier East right fielder. The count's 1 ball and no strike. And the 1-0 pitch. Swung on. This ball is hit to the shortstop. This should be played, and it is played, and a nice job in the throw across the diamond. Good job by Lily over to Bream for the second out of the inning.
You know, I was watching the Independence Patriots taking their infield warm-up, and, they just know how to field, and that's part of winning softball. If you can do the basics, fielding, hitting, running, but especially defense, you're going to go a long way.
Well, you got to make the routine plays. That ball was hit right at the shortstop Lily, and Lily able to make the play as Collins steps in. This ball's a little floater to the second baseman. Reagan Payton squeezes it, and it's 3 up, 3 down. Middle of the first, Greenbrier East nothing. Independence coming to bat here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
We got you.
get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
We're getting our feet on the ground here at Coal City, West Virginia with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry. As Greenbrier East Bill 3 up and 3 down, and a nice inning by the young lady Kinsey Pierce on the mound for Independence. And now Kenna Collins, the pitcher for Greenbrier East, as Collins will pitch. Bundy is the battery behind the plate for East. It'll be Seabold in left. It'll be Reagan Klein in center, and Petraglia will be the right fielder. It'll be Norman at third, Totten at shortstop, Ambler at second, and Heather is the first baseman. First 3 batters up for Independence in the bottom of the first inning will be Simpson, Parks, and Bream.
And I've got stats from the other night that Coach Adkins gave me. And, this team loves to hit. They're batting .445 as a team. What an average. And on-base percentage of better than 500, 21 homers, and 200 RBI.
Yeah, and you got to figure a lot of those numbers will go up because the game we did the other night, they beat St. Albans. And I'm trying to remember, was that 8-3 was the final score?
That
I believe
is
it
correct,
was?
yes. Yep. Yeah, I added some of these numbers in from that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So as Greenbrier East, a young lady out there, Kenna Collins, going through her warm-ups. Like I said, thank goodness it quit raining, but it was coming down in sheets here probably about, like I said, 45 minutes ago. It's cloudy, overcast. They have lights on as Emma Simpson will step to the dish to lead things off for Independence.
Simpson batting .377 with 2 home runs and 17 runs batted in. Parks is next, the catcher. And not only is she a good catcher, but she can really hit the ball as well. In fact, everybody in this lineup bats better than .300 for Independence.
So Simpson digs in. She's ready. Collins on the mound for Greenbrier East, and here's the pitch. And it misses, ball 1. So 1-0 the count to Simpson.
We're working 2 cameras here today, the center field camera and then one on top of third base.
The 1-0, and that'll be over for a called strike to even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Don't have any stats on Collins, the pitcher for the Lady Spartans.
Greenbrier East entered the ball game with a record of 11-6, the 1-1 pitch, and that'll miss. It'll be 2-1 to Simpson. Simpson, Parks, and Breams, first 3 hitters here in the bottom of the first inning for Independence.
Independence, not only good-looking uniforms, they've got their names on the back of the uniforms.
And the pitch. Swung on. This ball is hit foul right over to the third base coach, the head coach there, Coach Atkins. He was ready for it. He didn't even need a glove on that one, Bill.
That's right. And he and I, when we talked the other night, he is a baseball fanatic, he said. He just loves the game.
Yeah, but he's more of a softball guy. And I have to tell you this story here in a minute. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Simpson. And that swung on, that ball's hit foul. You know, I told him, with all this rain, are you sure we're going to play? And he said, you got to quit thinking like a baseball player. He said, softball, we play at anything. So I told him I'm going to get a shirt. I'm going to be tough and think like a softball player rather than a baseball player.
There you go. You cannot be a wimp.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Simpson. And Collins is ready. She checks her wrist. And here comes the 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed strike 3. Simpson way out in front of that. And Simpson's retired on strikes. It'll be the first out of the Independence first inning. And Ava Parks, the catcher, will now be the batter.
Ava Parks batting .523 with a homer and 22 runs batted in.
Yeah, she went deep the other day in the game we had against St. Albans.
St. Albans, and that was her first homer. But she gets on base a lot. In fact, on base percentage better than .500.
So Collins is ready. Parks steps in, and the pitch. Swung on. This ball is hit to the second baseman, and a nice play by the Greenbrier East second baseman, Ambler, able to go down, snag it, and make the throw to first for the second out of the inning.
Hard hit ball, but that's out number 2, and here comes Peyton Brim, the first baseman, averaging .484 with a home run and 20 runs batted in, and an on-base percentage, again, better than .500.
So Bream will step in from the left-hand side of the plate. Collins is ready. And the pitch. And that'll miss for ball 1. So this is the first of 3 games here this afternoon on into the evening. Greenbrier East will get the second game. We'll take on Logan, and then Independence and Logan will finish things up in the 4 o'clock game. So games are scheduled for noon, which we started right on time, Bill, and then 2 o'clock and then 4 o'clock. And we hope the rain does stay away.
Oh, yes.
Here comes the 1-0 delivery to the Independence first baseman, Peyton Bream, and the pitch swung on. This is sliced foul out of play, and that's down behind the Independence dugout to even the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Alex Fink on camera here this afternoon. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That ball's laced into left center field. That's a base hit. That will get all the way to the wall. Bream will take the big turn. It'll be a long single, and there's a 2-out hit for the Patriots.
So the first hit of the ball game goes to Peyton Brim, and here comes the cleanup batter, Jenna Joyce, playing center field this afternoon. She was the starting pitcher when we were here on Wednesday, and she can do it all. I mean, outstanding pitcher, outstanding batter. You'll hear about that in just a moment as she gets ready to stand in there.
So Joyce, as Bill told you, the center fielder, and she swings a pretty mean bat.
8 home runs, 41 runs batted in, and a .585 batting average.
Collins is ready. Joyce from the right-hand side of the plate, and the pitch. Swung on. This ball is hit foul down the third baseline, 0-1.
Mentioning about Joyce, not only does she have gaudy stats, but her coach, Ken Atkins, says, I like the stat about if you can knock runs in with people on base. She's got a .676 batting average with runners on base.
So, Bill, I guess you mean by gaudy, you mean good, right?
Yeah, very good. Very
the
good.
Pitch, and that misses. The count evens at 1-1. Well, just got to clear that up when you say gaudy. I just want to make sure that our viewers understand that means good.
That is good. Another G word.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. A runner aboard for Independence here in the home half, the first inning. And the pitch to Joyce. Swung on. This ball is skied to center field. Center fielder will have a play on it, comes over and squeezes it for the 3rd out. Good job by Klein to make the catch. So Independence gets a hit. They leave 1 after 1. No score between Independence and Greenbrier East here on Video Productions.
Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
And we welcome you back to Coal City, West Virginia. Maris Lowry, Bill O'Brien. We're getting things adjusted here. Weather's had a lot to do with it. You can see our camera moving a little bit. We've got a little bit of a breeze, but, Bill, sometimes people have to understand when they're watching home about some of the elements, if not all the elements, in which we have to endure. So it'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for Greenbrier East top of the second inning. Heaster, Bundy, and Norman as Heaster leads things off. And Kenzie Pierce on the mound for Independence, and the first pitch is a called strike 0-1. So, ladies and gentlemen, just bear with us. We are getting the camera situated correct. We're getting it fixed, and we're also getting the graphics. So I'll keep you up with what's going on with the count and the outs. And here comes the 0-1 delivery. Swung on, this ball is hit foul down the left field line, giving chases the left fielder, Booth, but not be able to make the play, and the count goes to 0-2.
Campbell Bundy is on deck. You're talking about the elements here, Marison. We do football, we do basketball, and, of course, now softball, and we've done baseball. And baseball, softball, that's the toughest. Normally you don't have a press box to hide in, and you're pretty much at the mercy of the weather.
Here comes the 0-2 delivery, and that's swung on and fouled back. Another thing, Bill, too, of course, Video Productions does the cross-country meet, and they do it with drones. How about that? Cross-country, when they run the state cross-country meet, they put drones. Same way in golf, Video Productions, we stream championships, and that's another thing, using drones to keep up with the action. The 0-2 pitch swung on. This ball is hit to the third baseman. It's a fair ball, and the play is made. Good job by Simpson, the third baseman, to throw the ball across the diamond, and Heaster is retired.
So 4 up, so 4 down as Campbell Bundy at the plate with Sidney Norman on deck.
So Bundy, the catcher, will be the hitter. Looks like it might just start drizzling just a bit. As Pierce is ready, and the pitch swung on and missed, 0-1.
So far, so good. I'm standing out in the elements.
Well, you won't melt, will you, Bill?
Well, I may. That's
you
a
might.
problem.
Well, I know I will. That's why I got to be inside.
But what's cool is right in front of me are these weather pods. Complete protection.
And the pitch, Bill, you might have to explain what a weather pod is, because I had never seen it or never heard of it until I got to the ballpark here this afternoon.
Well, I'm with you, first time, and these are really cool. They're made out of plastic, so you're covered from the elements.
1-1 pitch swung on. This ball is laced foul down the left field line. But, yeah, it's a really neat. It's like they say, they're built for two. You can get them singles or doubles. And apparently if you are a softball parent or grandparent, you know all about it. Is you have your little chair and you're covered. And, boy, it looks like you could kind of live in one of them things, like a bubble, isn't it?
It almost is, yeah. When you're out in the wilderness and you got your little tent thing going on, but this has the plastic so you can see.
The 1-2 pitch swung on. This ball's hit in the gap. Center fielder, that's over the top of the head of Joyce. It'll go to the wall, and actually it'll go over the wall for a home run. Joyce gave it a chase. She went all the way back, and I couldn't tell if the ball hit at the bottom of the fence, but it does not. It clears the fence for a solo home run, and Greenbrier East is on the board.
Wow.
So what a way to get the first hit of the ball game. And the Spartans take a 1-0 lead as Bundy, a solo shot.
Yeah, you could tell when the center fielder for Independence, Joyce, she turned around, but she was just sort of jogging because she knew that ball, she had no chance.
Yep, so 1-0 the lead for East on the Bundy solo home run. Norman will be the hitter. Sidney Norman swung on and fouled back. Count goes to 0-1. So we told you that the dimensions are 200 from foul pole to foul pole. That ball just cleared the fence. That was like about a 201, Bill, wouldn't you think?
I would say, yeah, just made it.
This pitch is swung on and missed. The count goes to 0-2. 0-2 to Sidney Norman as Paige Totten on deck. We're at the top of the second inning and a 1-0 Greenbrier East lead here in Coal City. Glad you're with us on Video Productions. Here's the pitch. And called strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning, so 2 out, and Totten will now be the hitter.
Paige Totten, who plays shortstop for the Lady Spartans. First strikeout of the day for Pierce.
So she is one closer to getting to 150 career strikeouts. She's 6 away from that. And this pitch will be ball 1. Ball 1 to Totten. If Totten can keep it alive, it'll be Clegon to hit next. So solo home run here by Campbell Bundy has given Greenbrier East a 1-0 lead. And that pitch will miss. 2 balls and no strikes to count.
Obviously that home run did not rattle Pierce. Just part of the game.
And here comes the 2-0 from Pierce. Swung on. This ball is going to be a looper right over the shortstop's head into center field for a base hit. Their second hit of the inning, and a 2-out hit by Totten will keep the inning alive for the Spartans.
Bailey Clegon.
Clegon will be the hitter, the designated batter for Greenbrier East. So the Spartans have got a run on 2 hits. They're 2 down with a runner aboard here in the second inning.
That was another seen eyeball. It just barely made over to the outstretched glove of the shortstop.
This pitch is swung on and missed for 0-1 to Clegon.
Cleghon.
Yeah, it doesn't pronounce the way it looks on paper.
Yeah.
And the 0-1 delivery. And that'll miss. The count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. But we are working on things, folks, for our viewers. Patient, trying to get you a little bit better screen a little bit, and we'll have the graphics up on the screen as soon as possible. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that will miss for ball 2, 2-1. So as long as things stay the way they are now, Bill, and we don't get any rain, this is really perfect. Overcast, better than a really hot day like we had last week when we were at Beckley. This ball was swung on and missed. Count 2-2. If you remember, we did the game Wyoming East in the Beckley Flying Eagles. Remember how hot it was up in the mid-80s last week?
I'll tell you what, yeah, I wasn't smart enough to bring the sunscreen, so I got sunburned arms.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and that will miss. The count will go full at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a run in. 2 hits in this inning by Greenbrier East. As we appreciate the hard work of the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. He's doing it all, moving the camera, producing, directing, keeping me in line. He's got it all going on. That's why he's the heavy hitter. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on. This ball skied in the outfield, but Joyce looked like she has a play on it, and she makes the catch to end the inning. But Greenbrier East gets a run on a solo shot by Campbell Bundy. They leave a runner. They have a couple of hits. Middle of the second inning. It's 1-0 Greenbrier East here on Video Productions.
B1-2.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Coal City, West Virginia with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry. As Greenbrier East with a 1-0 lead, Bills, they get a solo home run in the top half of this second inning, and that home run was by Campbell Bundy. Now Greenbrier East with the lead now in the field as Independence will have their number 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. It'll be Peyton Rabin, Chloe Cunningham, and Bella Lilly, the first three batters Bill due up for Independence here in the second inning.
And let's take a look at Rabin's numbers. 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in, and a .474 batting average. And again, better than .500 on-base percentage for Rabin.
So Peyton Rabin, the Independence second baseman, will lead things off here in the second inning. Collins ready in the pitch, and that'll miss for ball one.
Kenna Collins has a tiny hitch in her stride, which will probably mess up the timing just a little bit of the batter. Let's watch her again.
Collins ready and set to deliver the 1-0. Swung on and missed. The count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Rabin had a big cut at that one.
These are 7-inning games, the first of 3 that we'll do today.
Yeah, like a little round robin situation, which is pretty neat. Here comes the 1-1 to Rabin. Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. Greenbrier East will play Logan in the 2 o'clock game, and then Greenbrier East after that game can make their way back to Greenbrier County, and then Logan will take on Greenbrier East in the final game at 4 o'clock this afternoon. 1-2 the count to Peyton Rabin, who leads things off for Independence in the bottom of the second inning. The 1-2 pitch swung on. She got a piece of that one out into center field, going all the way back, and it is gone. And I'll say she got more than a piece of it. When she first hit it, Bill, I didn't realize that she had hit it that far, but Rabin able to extend and knock the ball over the fence to tie the game at 1.
Well, Maris, when it came off the bat, it looked like it was just going to be an out to regular center field, and he got up there in the wind or something because, my goodness, it took off.
That's what I thought from my vantage point back here behind home plate in the press box. When she first hit it, that's why I said she got a piece of it. I didn't think the ball was going to get out, and it just kept carrying. I think the way she extended her arms as we watched the replay and able to extend arms and have enough to clear the wall and tie the game with a solo home run.
So her 5th home run and 30th RBI of the year for Rabin.
And Cunningham will now be the batter.
Cunningham, 3 homers, 24 runs batted in, and a .466 average.
So each team has had a player to go deep, as this will be ball 1 to Cunningham. Top half of this inning, it was Campbell Bundy for Greenbrier East, a solo shot, and now Peyton Rabin with a solo shot here to tie the game in the bottom of the second inning. And the 1-0 to Cunningham, and it'll be ball 2.
Bella Lilly on deck.
Cunningham, the number 6 batter in the lineup. 2-0 the count. And the 2-0 pitch. And that misses for ball 3. 3-0.
We'll see if Collins gets rattled by that home run she gave up.
So you got to be thinking maybe take all the way here. I know they play everything different today, especially softball different than baseball. The 3-0 pitch is taken all the way and takes a called strike at 3-1. So 3-1 the count to Chloe Cunningham, the designated hitter for the Lady Patriots. Collins ready, the 3-1 delivery, and that'll be a called strike. As how about that, Bill? Cunningham was throwing her bat and ready to make the way down to first base, and the umpire said, not so fast.
Yeah, Dave says, stay in that batter's box.
So now we got the payoff pitch coming, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kenna Collins checks her wristband and the payoff pitch. Swung on, that ball is hit back up to the right side of the field, and that'll be a base hit. And a good piece of hitting by Cunningham. And Independence has got their 3rd hit of the game and back-to-back hits here in this second inning.
Yeah, Maris, you said it. It was a good piece of hitting. She just sort of laced that ball, served it, as they like to say, out into the right side. And looking good, you know, full count, made it happen.
So Bella Lilly will now be the batter.
Let's take a look at how Bella's doing. 1 homer, 15 runs batted in, .407 batting average.
And the pitch, and that's way high. And good job by the catcher, Bundy, there for East to be able to haul that in so the ball doesn't get by and allow the base runner to advance.
And again, Lilly with the .417 batting average with runners on base.
And here comes the pitch, and that'll miss for ball 2.
Maris, I know next you're going to want me to buy you a weather pod. I know it. I know it.
We have to get a video production weather pod, right? Here
Yeah.
comes the 2-0 pitch, and that'll miss for ball 3. So Independence, see if they can get something going. They had Rabin lead off the inning with a solo home run, Cunningham with a single, and now Bella Lilly hitting the count at 3-0. Collins ready, the 3-0 delivery, and that'll be ball 4. Walker on 4 pitches, and now Independence has runners at first and second and nobody out.
Well, Mayor, as you said, that our godfather, the founder, the owner, the man, Butch Mounts, who put all this together for video production, said that he's going to get us extra merchandise or merch.
No, Haberdash.
Haberdash, too.
Yeah, Haberdash. No, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Haberdash. I got my video production Haberdash on from Spartan Factory, and we appreciate the fine folks at Spartan Factory. All right, it'll be Booth, the hitter, and ball 1. Booth, the left fielder, here this afternoon for the Patriots.
Baton Booth, .333 batting average, 18 runs batted in.
And a chance to add a couple more runs driven in as Independence has 2 on, as there'll be a visit to the mound. And, you know, Bill, you talked about it, about Collins maybe not being rattled. And I don't think she's really rattled, but after she gave up that home run to Peyton Rabin, then she's given up a hit and then a 4-pitch walk to Lilly. And now, you know, Independence has potentially could have a real big inning right here.
I think that was a good visit to the mound by the assistant Lady Spartan coach.
So 1-0 as 5 straight balls have missed the strike zone by Collins, and this ball was swung on and fouled back out of play down the right field line. The count will even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Again, for those who have not been here to this facility, and I had not been here until when we did the game on Wednesday, I mean, it's a first-class facility here just across the highway from the high school here at Coal City at Independence.
The 1-1 pitch, and that'll miss for ball 2. You know, Bill, we're normally coming over here, whether it be football in the fall or basketball in the winter. We covered both boys and girls basketball. Of course, we had Independence football. Of course, video productions covered all of Raleigh County. The 2-1 delivery, and that'll miss for ball 3.
Now, we had John Lilly, who was the head football coach here at Indy and also athletic director. I had him on when he was available last Wednesday evening, talking about, of course, all of the sports that he handles as AD, but also head football.
The 3-1 pitch swung on. This ball was hit foul out of play. The count will go to full. And, you know, one of the things we talked about, Bill, with the football, it's amazing. Independence only 2 home games and 7 on the road.
Yeah, and one of them is a team from D.C. that came in, and he said it's going to be an afternoon game. That's
on Saturday,
on Saturday. It's going to, you know, that's a WVU Marshall time slot.
Yeah, and then, of course, you know, you got the only other home game would be Jameson Road, the payoff pitch, and that'll miss ball 4 and back-to-back walk. So the bases are loaded. After Collins gave up a couple of hits, now she's given up back-to-back walks, and the bases are loaded, Bill, nobody out.
Zoe Bragg is scheduled. .310 average.
So this right here could be a real danger zone for Greenbrier East. Rabin led the inning off with a solo home run, Cunningham with a hit, and then back-to-back walks to Lilly and Booth have got the bases loaded for Independence. Nobody out. The number 9 hitter, Bragg, the batter. Collins ready, and the pitch. And that'll miss for ball 1. So obviously with you know, giving up back-to-back walks, Bill, you know, she's been behind on the hitters. She's having a hard time right now. Collins finding the strike zone. The 1-0. That's a called strike. She found the strike zone there, and a much-needed strike to even the count at 1-1.
Well, Collins handled that powerful Independence lineup in the first inning, so she can do it.
The 1-1, and that'll miss for ball 2.
But no room for error right now.
And the main thing, you know, you'll definitely take an out if to give up a run. You just don't want to give up multiple runs, obviously, for Independence, but this potentially could be a very big inning for the Patriots. Here's Greenbrier East with the pitch, and it's a called strike. So Collins gets that pitch over, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if you Bragg, you're thinking just make contact, because you figure if you make contact, they'll probably get 1 run in, and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on. This ball's hit down the right field line. It's going to fall
Fair.
for a hit. Yes, and that will drive in a run. That'll keep the bases loaded, and Independence will take a 2-1 lead.
It was only a couple of feet fair, but that's all she needed.
So the bases remain loaded. Back to the top of the order. Still nobody out, and it'll be Simpson, who was a strikeout victim back in the first inning. So you got 3 hits and 2 base on balls here in this inning for the Patriots. Rabin a solo home run, then a single by Cunningham, walks to Lillian Booth, and then a little single to right field by Bragg to drive in a run, and Independence is in front 2-1.
Watching the ump cleaning the plate, he mentioned after this game he's got to go back to Beckley because the Christian tournament is going on in what we used to call the Dust Bowl, which is Greater Beckley's home field right now, right opposite Park Middle School in Beckley.
We'll get to that Leisure Lanes here in just a minute as the bases are loaded for Simpson in the pitch, and that's way out of the strike zone for ball 1. So 2 runs in, but Independence with a chance to make this a very big inning. And you got the bases loaded, nobody out, top of the order up. The 1-0 pitch to Simpson, and that misses way high and outside, 2-0.
Notice the infielders are in.
Yeah, trying to cut the run off at the plate.
Yeah.
And that will miss for 3-0. Of course, you know, when you bring the infield in, it doubles the average of the batter at the plate.
And Simpson already batting 377.
That's what I'm saying. Almost puts her to like 400, almost like an 800 hitter. The 3-0 pitch, taking all the way. It's ball 4 and walks in a run. She'll get an RBI for that. And that's the 3rd walk of the inning, Bill, and the 3rd run of the inning for the Patriots. So right now, Collins struggling a little bit in this inning as she's given up 3 hits and 3 base on balls and 3 runs. And Independence still with the bases loaded, nobody out. And Parks will be the hitter.
And she's dangerous.
Ava Parks 0 for 1. Swung on. This ball was hit to right field. The right fielder comes in, makes the catch. The runner thought was going to tag and will not. I guess you had to wait and see if the right fielder was going to make the catch. And the catch is made by Patriots, and for the first out of the inning. So Bream will be the hitter. She got a hitter last time up. She's 1 for 1. Collins is ready, and the pitch. Swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. It'll fall for a hit. That'll plate 1. Throw to third. The third baseman misses the ball, but does not allow the other runner to advance. And an RBI hit, the second hit of the ball game for Peyton Bream. And it is now a 4-1 Independence lead. Bases remain loaded with 1 out. And the 9th hitter, Jenna Joyce, will come to the dish here in the 2nd inning. Joyce 0 for 1. She flied out to center field, her only other at bat back in the 1st inning.
And Joyce is the top hitter on the team.
And takes ball 1. And waiting on decks, the one that got it all started is Peyton Rabin. She led this inning off with a solo home run.
Well, if you want to start a softball team, you want this young lady as part of it. Jenna Joyce, nice pitcher, good outfielder, and a great hitter.
The pitch to Joyce, and that will miss for ball 2.
And they can be patient because of the fact that Kenna Collins has sort of lost track of the strike zone.
Yeah, 4 hits for Independence and 3 walks by Collins, as you mentioned, kind of lost a little bit of the strike zone. And so far, 4 runs have crossed the dish for Independence. And the pitch to Joyce, and good eye, that will miss all the way, and it'll be 3-0 and probably taken all the way right here for Joyce. Even though Joyce, she might have the green light with the type of hitter she is, but with the way things are going, you probably just want to see if Collins can throw a strike here. And here comes the 3-0 delivery. And that's a called strike taken all the way to make it 3-1. And you really, you can't pitch around Joyce at any time, especially now. You got Rabin on deck.
Exactly.
3-1 the count to Jenna Joyce. Collins ready, and the 3-1 delivery. Swung on. This ball is fouled back out of play. The count will go full at 3-2.
Back behind me. I'm standing outside the press box. Maris is inside, and we've got 2 cameras working this game. So we got you covered.
And the payoff pitch, swung on. That ball's hit right, smoked past the shortstop. I told you, Bill, whenever you bring in the infield in, as good a hitter as Joyce is, as she gets knocks in 2 runs with that single, as good a hitter as she is, you don't need to double her average, and that was the case. That ball was smoked right past the shortstop, Totten, into left field for a base hit.
Well, the shortstop
did
a little olay. It was just hit so hard, she really had no chance.
So we're back to where it started. Peyton Rabin, this is her second at bat in this inning. Yes, it's a 6-1 lead. She hit a solo home run to lead things off this inning. She'll be the 10th batter to bat here in the independent second inning. And takes a called strike 0-1.
No easy outs for the Lady Patriots. I mean, they know what they're doing up and down the lineup.
Yeah, they've got 5 hits. 5 hits in this inning. That's ball 1. So 5 hits in the inning, 3 Greenbrier East walks, and so far they've plated 6 runs, and there's only 1 out. As runners are on third and second. And that's ball 2. So 2-1 the count to Peyton Rabin. And this ball swung on and fouled. The count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And up on the embankment right near the highway.
Yeah, you'd hate to be driving by. Next thing you know, splash.
Yeah.
Have a softball right in your vehicle, right through your window.
Well, you parked up on the highway,
yeah,
far away.
Yeah, and I'm parked far away. The 2-2 pitch swung on. No, I beg your pardon, swung on. Nope. I thought Rabin was going to back up and take a swing, but she does not, and the count goes full at 3-2. So here comes the payoff pitch. This is the 10th batter to bat in this inning. And the pitch. Swung on. That ball is hit into right field, a base hit. That's her second hit of the inning. She'll drive in a pair, and that will extend the lead to 8-1. So Rabin delivers an RBI single.
So Bragg scores.
And it's 8-1. Joyce scores. Right behind Bragg, and it's an 8-1. And just only 1 out, and we might have a pitching change because it's been a rough inning for Collins. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. This pitching change is brought to you by Leisure Lanes, located Johnstown Road in Beckley. Check out Leisure Lanes every Friday and Saturday night for futuristic bowling. They have a full restaurant, and it's delicious. So whether you're there during the week or, like I said, you want to have futuristic bowling, the fine folks at Leisure Lanes, 304-253-7328. All right, we'll take a quick break, come back as Independence is in complete control right now, leading 8-1 here in the middle of the second inning here on Video Productions.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World at Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy-efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the view it deserves this year with new windows and doors from Window World at Beckley. New year, new view with energy-efficient windows from Window World at Beckley.
Call today, 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD.
For your free in-home estimate.
My name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the...
We're back here at Coal City. The new pitcher for Greenbrier East is Maddie Wellman.
And she just picked off the runner at second base.
Rabin got picked off, so.
Or Joyce.
No, that'd be Rabin, right? Joyce scored. Because Rabin's the one that got the hit.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's the second out of the inning. In fact, we were just coming back out of commercial when that happened. So that's the second out of the inning. So with 2 out and now nobody on, and it's been an 8-run second inning for Independence as the batter is Cunningham. Cunningham in this inning got a hit and scored as she goes around, and they call that, I guess she didn't go all the way around. They call that a ball. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Lady Spartans starting pitcher Kenna Collins pitched 1 1/3 innings, 8 runs so far, 7 hits, 3 walks.
Yeah, it was a tough afternoon for her. Of course, this is a loaded lineup by Independence. This ball swung on, hit to the shortstop. This should be an out. Totten makes the throw across the diamond to end the inning, but Independence does major damage as they send 11 batters to the dish, and they score 8 runs. After 2, 8-1 the lead for Independence here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
We got you.
get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Well, Bill, as we go to the top of the 3rd inning, Greenbrier East has some work to do as Independence able to push 8 across the dish in the bottom of the 2nd, and they take an 8-1 lead. The first 3 hitters for the Spartans will be the number 9, number 1, and 2 hitters. It'll be Ambler, Klein, and it will be Petrika will be the top 3 hitters as Ambler leads things off. The Patriots leading 8-1. This pitch swung on and fouled back 0-1.
And it's spitting rain right now.
So you're getting spit on out there,
I
huh?
am indeed.
Well, we'll make room for you inside,
Or it
Bill.
might be somebody in the crowd. I'm not sure.
Well, we can bring you inside. You don't have to stay out there. And the pitch. Swung on. This ball's laced down the left field line. That's a fair ball as that ball hit right down the line into the corner. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Ambler to lead things off for Greenbrier East here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Great way to start things off for the Lady Spartans.
So we watch the replay here. She got all of that, got right on top of that pitch, and like I said, laced it down the left field line into the corner. So Reagan Klein will be the hitter, 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman back in the 1st inning. And, you know, as long as that 2nd inning took, Bill, that 1st inning seems like it's been, you know, like about 2 hours ago, doesn't it?
It's
Pitch to Klein, and that misses for ball 1.
It was at least a half an hour long.
So Greenbrier East got a run in the top of the 2nd, and then Independence answered with 8 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. Big inning for the Independence second baseman. That ball gets past the catcher, and that allows the runner to go to 3rd. But Peyton Rabin, she had 2 hits in the inning. Had a solo home run to lead things off, and then also got an RBI single. Knocked in a couple of runs. So the Spartans got a runner at 3rd with nobody out. And 2-0 the count to Klein. And the 2-0 pitch. And that must have hit her, right?
I think it did. But
Yeah, because it was 2-0. That's not wasn't the ball force. It must have hit her. And now Greenbrier East, just what they need is base runners. Now they have 2-1 with nobody out. And
I was at a point I did not see the hit, but the ump was closer. Runners on the corners.
Lacey Patriots. Patriotka. There we go.
Well, her dad is standing just a few feet away from me.
And it's ball 1. So Klein able to take second. Runners at third and second, staying out of the double play and the pitch. And that's over for a called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And here comes the pitch. Swung on, this ball is through into left field for a base hit. That'll drive in 1, maybe 2. Got to play at the plate. It's not in time. And Greenbrier East able to bounce back as they're able to get 2 runs and cut into the Independence lead. So that'll make it 8-3. And Collins will be the hitter.
Well, I'm going to wimp out on you. It's starting to rain.
Yes, come on in.
I'm coming on in.
Come on in. Get here. You can be the rose between 2 thorns. You can stand between me and the heavy hitter. You'd be the rose between 2 thorns. How you like that?
Let me just get my mic cord around you. Don't want to strangle you.
There we go. So just what Greenbrier East needed, Bill, after giving up 8 runs and falling down 8-1, they were able to come back now, and they've scored 2 runs. As Ambler led things off with the double, Klein hit by a pitch, and then, how do you say that again? Patriots. Patriots delivers a RBI single, and she goes to second on the throw. And Collins will be the hitter. She's 0 for 1. She popped out to the second baseman back in the first inning. So Greenbrier East answers Independence with a couple of runs of their own in this inning. Pierce on the mound, ready, and the pitch. And that'll miss for ball 1.
Well, with Greenbrier East an 11-6 record, you know they're not a pushover team.
The 1-0 pitch. And that'll be ball 2. So Collins started the game on the mound and then was relieved by Maddie Wellman. But she stays in the lineup to bat. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. And that's a called strike. Count goes 2-1. And as you mentioned, Bill, got a little bit of a rain. And it's supposed to pretty much be a steady rain all day today.
Well, it started now. Umbrellas are out.
And the pitch. Swung on, this ball is hit out into left field. Left fielder came in and then goes back and makes a great catch. Or did she make the catch? I think she did. The runner tags. It was hard to see in that left field corner. It's a good job by Booth. She came in on the play. She went back. She does make the catch for the out. And that's the first out of the inning. And the runner will tag and get to third. And that will bring up Heister. Haley Heister will now be the hitter. Pierce ready, and the pitch. Ball 1. Heister 0 for 1, grounded out to the third baseman back in the second inning. The cleanup batter in the Greenbrier East lineup plays first base. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back out of play. The count will even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm watching the Lady Patriots catcher, Ava Parks, and she presents a nice target to the pitcher. She's just very steady behind the plate.
And the 1-1 delivery. That'll be low for ball 2, 2-1. Got a full afternoon of softball here on the hill, as they say, here in Coal City, West Virginia. And we'll tell you that schedule after this pitch. as that will be for a ball 3-1. Of course, the game we got going on now, then Greenbrier East will hang around and take on Logan, scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. And then after that game, Logan will hang around and take on Independence. That game scheduled to start at 4 o'clock. Morgan Payne will join me for those last two games. 3-1 the count to Heister, and here comes the pitch. And that's over for a called strike to even the count. I beg your pardon, to make it a full count at 3-2.
Kinsey Pierce, she's made it look easy, but this is not an easy team to pitch against. The Spartans are good.
And the payoff pitch on its way. Swung on. This ball is hit to center field. Joyce giving chase. Up overhead, looks up, and it is gone. A home run. As Joyce runs out of room, as Greenbrier East, Heister goes deep. A 2-run shot, and the Spartans are back in the ball game, making it 8-5.
Well, I told you they were good.
That's their second home run of the ball game, and now coming to the plate was the young lady that hit their first home run will be Campbell Bunday. She had a solo home run to get things started for East back in the second inning. So Greenbrier East has answered Independence after Independence scored 8 in the bottom of the second. Spartans have put across 4 here in the top of the third inning.
So Patriots scores, Heister scores, bases are empty, and a new pitcher coming in.
And we're going to have Bream will be the new pitcher. We'll take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
At Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Hey, grab me one too.
New pitcher for the Patriots, and that is Peyton Bream, as the hitter is Campbell Bunday. Bunday, as we mentioned before we went to break, she had a solo home run, her first at bat in the second inning, as Greenbrier East has climbed back into the ball game as they trail 8-5. They have scored 4 runs already here in this top of the third inning. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. There's 1 out, nobody on. As Heister hit a 2-run home run, and then Independence had to make the pitching change. Bream ready in the pitch, swung on. This ball's hit to the third baseman. They'll make the throw across the diamond for the out. That's a nice play by Simpson, and there's 2 outs in the Greenbrier East third inning. So Norman will be the batter. Sydney Norman, she was a strikeout victim back in the second inning. Bream, a lefty. From the circles, ready. And the pitch. A big cut and a big fastball. I guess they're all fastballs the way they throw them. But, Bill, that was like really high in a way, and that got Norman chasing it, 0-1. Yeah, I think with softball you don't worry about curves or anything out. These girls just rear back and throw heat. That ball's hit to the third baseman. That's going to be an error, as they're not going to be able to make the play at first, as that ball will go off the third baseman, Simpson, and not able to make the play. And like I said, that will be an error. Norman reaches. So that'll keep the inning alive for Paige Totten. She got a hitter last time up. She's 1 for 1. And Totten's ready. And the pitch. Called strike 0-1.
Kinsey Pierce for Independence, who started the game, pitched 2 1/3 innings. So far, she's credited with 5 runs and gave up 5 hits.
The pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-2 the count to Paige Totten. And Bream, tall, lanky, just rear back and letting it fly.
Yeah. Heavy hitters working on another camera position here. It's a little fuzzy behind the plate.
The 0-2 delivery. Swung on. That ball's going to be hit to the shortstop deep in the hole. Makes the throw, but not in time. That's going to be a hit. And that'll keep the inning alive for the Spartans. So that'll be Totten's second hit of the ball game. And with 2 outs, runners at first and second, and the 9th batter will come to the dish. Bailey Clegon will be the hitter. And takes a called strike 0-1. And the 0-1 delivery. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. So Greenbrier East had a run in the second. Then Independence put 8 across in the bottom of the second. And thus far, Greenbrier East has put 4 across here in the top of the third. This ball swung on. That ball was hit down the right field line. That's a fair ball. And that will plate at least 1 run as they get the ball back in. So Greenbrier East answering Independence's big inning with a big inning of their own. And now they've trimmed the lead to 8-6. And this will be the 10th batter to bat in this inning. And Ambler got things started with a double. Nora Ambler. So, Bill, that's rare. We've seen both teams bat around thus far in this inning.
Yeah. Plenty.
As the wind was blowing something, blew our paper away. If you can get that with your foot.
Yeah, right. Let's see.
Yeah, you got that with no problem.
Huh?
You didn't even pull a back muscle or anything, huh?
Not yet.
Oh, well, not bending over. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That ball's hit foul down the third baseline. So we got a ball game again. It's 8-6, a big 5-run inning, and East is not done. They have a big runner out there at third base. That's a big run out there.
I would say this young lady is the daughter of the head coach for the Spartans.
They've got 2 runners on in the pitch. And counts 1 ball, 1 strike to Nora Ambler. Like she bats in the 9 hole, but like I said, Bill, she's the one who got things started. She's batting for the 2nd time this inning. And the 1-1 pitch. That'll miss for ball 2. So we may have a game, Bill, where just who's going to outscore the other team, right?
Well, it looks like it.
I know you got good pitching, but they always say good pitching beats good hitting, but not always. At least today, the hitting has really been there for both teams. This pitch is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. I thought that would be 1 and 2. It's 2 and 2.
Deuces are wild.
Yep. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's called strike 3, and that will end the inning. But Greenbrier East able to push 5 across, middle of the third. It's 8-6 in favor of Independence. We'll be back with the bottom of the 3rd inning after this on Video Productions.
Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School with Bill O'Brien. I'm Maris Lowry. We're going to the bottom of the third inning. Good ball game, 8-6. And the first batter is Cunningham. It'll be the number 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Independence. Cunningham, Lilly, and Booth. Cunningham got a hit, scored a run, and then also made an out in the second inning. She batted twice in the second inning when Independence batted around. As the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Maddie Wellman on the mound in relief of Collins, and this ball is fouled back out of play. The count goes to 1-2. As mentioned, Kenna Collins started the game for Greenbrier East, and then Maddie Wellman now in relief, and she gets ready to deal the 1-2 pitch.
This is Bella Lilly.
And the 1-2 pitch, I beg your pardon, I said that was Cunningham.
Yeah.
That's why Cunningham made the last out. Then I beg your pardon. It's 7, 8, and 9. So thank you very much, Bill.
Yes, sir.
I need I should have went one more block down in my score sheet.
Easy to do, I tell you.
Yeah,
Been
well,
there, done that.
especially with so much, and I know the people at home can't say, especially so much of other things that we got going on in here. All right, so there's 1 out, and the batter now will be Peyton Booth, and she drew a base on ball and scored back in the second inning, and it counts 0-1. And the pitch. That'll miss. And the count's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom of the third inning. Been a very exciting, entertaining game. We've had some rain. It poured earlier. Then it stopped. We had a little bit of steady drizzle. Now it looks like it stopped again. This ball skied into the infield. Coming in as the first baseman will make the catch for the second out.
It looks like I get to go back out. Umbrellas are down. Simpson coming to the dish.
It'll be Bragg, right?
I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
See, I did it too.
Yeah, Bragg, the number 9 hitter.
I
Takes a
use
cold
this
strike.
new, color-coded thing
Yeah.
that I can't figure out. I figured, well, this will help my scorebook.
Well,
No, it didn't.
Bragg got a hit and scored her last and only other time at bat. She's 1 for 1. 2 out, nobody on. Takes call, strike 2. East got a run in the second inning. And then Independence got 8 in the bottom of the second. East pushed 5 across in the third, and that's where we are right now, bottom of the third, 8-6 with 2 out. This ball swung on by Bragg and pop foul back out of play. Bragg's in the hole with 0-2.
And, Maris, we've mentioned this multiple times on our broadcast about classifications. East to AAA.
0-2 pitch, swung on and missed strike 3. Hold that thought. We'll get to that thought at the end of the inning. We have played 3 full innings of softball. It's a 2-run lead for Independence, 8-6. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
All right, Bill, we're going to the 4th inning, and you have the 3-inning line score brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road, and Beckley. Check out Futuristic Bowling every Friday and Saturday night at Leisure Lanes. Here's Bill with the line score.
Okay, Maris, and Independence with 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. Greenbrier East with 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We had 2 big innings. Independence had an 8 spot in the second, and East followed with a 5 spot in the third. So 8-6 is the score now as we get ready now for the top of the fourth.
So we also had Campbell Bundy hit a solo home run for Greenbrier East, and also Haley Heister hit a solo home run for Greenbrier East, and Peyton Rabin with a solo shot for Independence as we start the fourth inning. The rain comes down, and the first pitch will be ball one as the batter will be Reagan Klein back to the top of the order. Actually, it's a called strike, I beg your pardon. As the wind starts to whirl up and the rain comes, Bill, this is like, you're talking about head football coach John Lilly. This is the kind of weather he would like, because it's football weather out here right now.
You got that right. Yeah, temperature in the low 60s.
It might be dipping into the 50s before we're done as the rain continues to come down. And, I see that there's vehicles out there in center field with their lights on. I'm surprised the umpire hadn't told them to turn them off, because I can see it. I'm sure that would be a distraction to the batter, as a vehicle out there with their lights on. As the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. As the rain continues to come down. And Bream ready with the pitch to Klein. And the 1-1 pitch. And that almost hit her. She was hit by a pitch last time, and actually it did hit her. And she'll be able to take base. So 2 times in a row, Reagan Klein is hit by a pitch. And that will bring now to the dish
Lacey Patriots.
She's 1 for 2, got a hit, scored a run. It's really coming down now, Bill. It's coming down probably harder, and now they're going to send the girls to the dugout, because I'm going to say it is coming down. And I don't care softball, baseball, when it's raining as hard as it is right now, I don't think nobody wants to be out there in that. So we are in a rain delay. We don't know nothing, no way to tell you about what's up next, other than we're going to take a break, and we will come back and try to update you here as soon as we know something's going on. But where we're at, we're in the top of the fourth inning. Independence leads 8-6, and we are going to, like I said, take a break, and then we'll come back and update you here in about 10 or 15 minutes to kind of see where we're at right here on Video Productions.
Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
At Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Hey, grab me 1 too.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
We got you.
Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
We welcome you back to Independence High School. Maris Lowry, Bill O'Brien, and we are currently in a rain delay. It is 8-6. And Bill, just to kind of recap of what's been an exciting game up to this point is, Greenbrier East was able to score the first run of the ball game on a solo home run by Campbell Bundy to go up 1-0. But then then Independence answers Greenbrier East with a 8 spot in the bottom of the second inning. And Peyton Rabin led off with a solo home run, and then it was just a batting parade from that point on, like I said, to go up 8-1. And then the top of the third inning, Greenbrier East able to put 5 back as they got a solo home run, or actually a 2-run shot by Haley Heister, and it's 8-6 right now. And Greenbrier East was batting in the top of the fourth inning, and then the skies opened up, and the rains came, and that's where we are right now.
And looking at the radar here, it shows just a little bit of a break, and then after that, it looks solid for the next rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get rain the remainder of the day. As to what will happen as far as we'll be able to finish this game, will we have any of the other 2 games? We don't know. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in about 10 or 15 minutes and update you. But right now, Bill, it looks like it's raining just as hard now as it was when they stopped the game.
Well, it's one of those things. You're playing it, and it's unfortunate that they have 3 games scheduled here today. We'll be lucky to get this one in, but you never know, huh?
All right, so anyway, we'll take a break. We'll talk at you in about 15 minutes here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. A Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hill. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the backroads. Little General Store. Fuel your thinking. The West Virginia way.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Levy, where they are right.
Well, so much for a lengthy rain delay, Bill, which is okay by us, but it's still raining, and I guess it's going to be now or never because everybody here in the press box is checking their phone. It's amazing. What did we do before we had phones, before we could take pictures of lineups, before we know what the radar is and all of that? And everybody shows a big glob of green rain pretty much throughout the rest of the day, but I guess they figure they're already wet, so we're going to – it's duck season instead of rabbit season. And, yes, I did watch my cartoons this morning, so it's not rabbit season, it's duck season. We're going to play in it.
Lacey Patriaka is coming up. We were just talking to her dad, Roger, who does a little broadcasting back in Greenbrier County.
So we're ready to go. We have Klein at first. He was hit by a pitch before we had the break. We're in the top of the fourth inning. 8-6 the score. The runner takes down off for second. The throw is out. As Klein is nailed at second for the first out of the inning, a beautiful throw by Parks, the Independence catcher.
Here's the replay. Little General Stores brings it to you, and this is going to be a terrific peg by Ava Parks.
Caught stealing.
Yeah.
So 0-1 the count to the batter. As there's the replay there.
It was a bang-bang play, but out.
So now nobody at first. And one out. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. And like I said, out there in center field, you may not be able to see it on your camera. You may now. I'm surprised there's some vehicles that probably don't realize they have their lights on. That could be very distracting to the hitter. And the pitch. And that'll miss. And it'll be 2 balls and no strikes. Now we have 1-1, but I thought there was a strike in there. Could have missed a pitch in there. The scoreboard shows 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, in talking to the umpire, he said they're going to play as long as it's safe for the kids. And this is sort of a medium rain, not heavy.
Yeah, 2-1, that is the correct count. Scoreboard has 2-0, but we are correct with 2-1. And here comes the pitch. Swung on, this ball's hit foul back out of play. The count evens to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the fourth inning. And Bream ready for the 2-2. And here it comes. And that's a full count, 3-2. So we got the payoff pitch coming. And you know, Bill, I think the temperature has dropped a bit too. Seems a little cooler now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's what's really a miserable, nasty day. Like last week, we couldn't ask for a better day to play softball, and today we couldn't ask probably for a worse day. And here comes the payoff pitch. And that's called strike 3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down.
Well, that was a big out.
Collins will now be the batter. Collins started the game on the mound, and then she was relieved by Maddie Wellman. She stays in the game. Collins, this is her third at bat. She's 0 for 2. And the pitch. Called strike.
You know, Peyton Bream in the circle. She's got the physique with a left-hander first, which makes her tough, but watch her pitch.
Yeah, and she's pitching in relief as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's in
Release the Pierce.
Yes, and the pitch, that'll miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out, top half of the fourth inning.
Well, you know, we need the rain here. We're in a moderate to severe drought, depending on what county you're in.
Well, it should have came tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or yesterday, right? But not today, not on game day.
Exactly.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that kind of got away from Bream. That'll be 2-1.
Well, we got the headlights out in one vehicle in center field, but another one has parking lights on. But that's not so
and like
bad.
I said, I just don't think they probably knew that that was the case. They probably didn't realize they had their lights on. As the rain continues to come down in a steady pace. And the 2-1 delivery. Swung on, fouled at the plate for Collins. Count will even to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Collins 0 for 2 at the plate. Hester on deck. Easter on deck, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, if Collins can keep the inning alive. And the thing, too, is make sure they got enough softballs, enough dry softballs.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And Bream ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch to Collins, and here it comes. And that'll miss, and the count will go full at 3-2. And you can see Parks throwing the ball back. That ball slipped out of her hands.
Yeah.
And that's right. That ball's got to be a little wet, maybe, and that's why they throw it out and they get in and they get a new softball.
And there'll be scuffs and a little bit of mud on there.
Yep. And, they got to have plenty of softballs on hand. A lot of times they throw them out like they did that one. So here comes the payoff pitch to Kenna Collins. And the pitch swung on. This ball was popped up. Shortstop coming in, trying to make the play. The ball hit. They make the throw over to first, and the young lady is safe, and that'll be an infield hit. I was screened out. No way to see that as we watch the replay.
You will all see it better now from our third base camera.
Where we're at inside the press box, you can basically only see about half the field. It's a good hustle by the shortstop, and also a nice way for Collins to run it out, and that's an infield hit.
Hit all the way, yeah.
So Heister will be the batter. And Heister had a solo, or actually a 2-run shot. And here's something, too, I haven't seen. Not wearing the uniform, wearing a sweatshirt over top of their uniform. I guess, you do this long enough, Bill, I'll see anything, right?
And that's right.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just had not seen it, that they wear a sweatshirt over top of it.
It just proves what you said. Temperatures have cooled.
Yes. And it counts 1 ball and 1 strike. I beg your pardon, 0-2 the count. 0-2 the count to Haley Heister. 1 for 2, grounded out to the third baseman in the second. Like I said, hit a 2-run home run back in the third inning. And this pitch is swung on. It's hit foul down the third base line.
That's cool. She's got her name emblazoned on the back of her parka.
Emblazoned? Does that mean they set it on fire?
That means it's good.
That means it's good. You're pulling all these big words on me today. That martial education, right?
That's it.
As we're ready for the 0-2 pitch. And here it comes. Swung on. That ball's hit foul toward the Independence dugout.
Wind's kicked up just a bit.
Yep.
I mean, if you're at the plate, ball's got some scuff marks, raindrops coming down, wind swirling, getting cooler. Plus, you've got a tough pitcher in Bream.
And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And way out in front, strike 3. The catcher drops the ball, but does have to throw the ball down to first to record the strikeout, as Greenbrier East is not able to score here in the top of the fourth. Middle of the fourth inning, it's 8-6 in favor of Independence here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginia's do. A Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hill. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. West Virginia.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
Back here at Independence High School, as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, Bill will be the top of the order up for Independence. Simpson, Parks, and Bream due up. Simpson struck out in the first, drew a base on ball and drew a base on ball and scored. Base on ball and walk, as I know, is one and the same, and scored in the second inning.
And that walk brought in a run.
Yes. So she will lead things off here, and the first pitch is swung on. This ball's hit down the left field line. The left fielder giving chase over near the foul line, but it was in fair territory, and the left fielder, Seabold, able to make the catch for the first out of the Independence fourth inning.
Nice play. You know, the grass is a little slippery, but it was well done.
So Parks will be the hitter. She's 0 for 2, grounded out in the first and flied out in the second.
Parks is due, as we told you, batting over 500 coming into the ball game.
And the pitch. And she fouls this one back. And the count is 0-1.
Well, our day's just been brightened.
That's right. Morgan Payne has made her arrival.
That's right.
As here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that count will even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. She has an umbrella. Now, she'll melt. The rest of us won't, but she will, because we know that Morgan is made out of sugar and spice and everything nice. She's not agreeing with me on that.
Paul wouldn't agree with you.
She said her husband wouldn't agree. Then why in the world would he marry her if he wouldn't agree with that? We're going to have a talk with him. Yeah. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And here comes the pitch. And that'll miss for ball 2. But apparently it's not as raining. I don't even think it's raining at all. Definitely nowhere near what it was. Yeah, we still got to – I don't think we're ever going to get away from no rain at all for maybe the rest of the afternoon, the 2-1 pitch. And that hits Parks, and she'll take her base. So Independence has a base runner with 1 out, and Bream will be the hitter, and she's 2 for 2. Got a hit in the first, got a hit in the second, and scored. Bream ready from the left-hand side of the dish. As Wellman on the mound for Greenbrier East is ready. And that'll miss for ball 1. Logan and Greenbrier East to follow this, and then Independence and Logan, the final game of the day. And hopefully we'll get all 3 of them in. There's Parks able to steal second, get in scoring position. The count is 2-0 to Bream.
Now the Spartans head coach, Aaron Ambler, comes out and talks to the catcher.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're looking at maybe something, if she got hit, or maybe equipment adjustment on her mask. Got a slight delay here. So they're having a conversation there with the home plate umpire. We've had a little bit of everything.
Really.
We've had 3 home runs in the game. Each team has batted around once. We've had the rain. We've had it stop. And apparently, I'm not sure what they're going to have some warm-ups. Not really sure what the issue is there. Of course, we have our fine crew here. Alex Fink trying to stay dry on top of the third base dugout. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing and doing a bunch of other things as well.
I gave Alex my umbrella. He said, I don't need any umbrella. I said, yeah, it's going to be that kind of day, pal.
But I don't know how he's going to focus the camera and hold an umbrella at the same time. That's multi-talented. There's ball 3.
Well, you just hang it over your shoulder and let it
fall off, right?
Yeah.
3-0 the count.
We've got the cameras covered with trash bags, right?
That's correct. And the 3-0 pitch. And ball 4. So Independence has 2 on with 1 out. And Bream's on base for the 3rd time. And Jenna Joyce will now be the hitter. 1 for 2. She flied out to center field in the first and got a hit and scored in the second.
And 2 RBI.
Right, we'll have a courtesy runner. And the courtesy runner You got another 11 on that sheet that you can see. As the ball gets past the catcher, and both runners advance. So now both runners in scoring position for Independence. There's a timeout. And could have maybe a mound visit.
Riley Stewart is number 11.
And she's on second base. And Parks is the runner at third.
We're given lineups here, and what they do is they're sort of carbon copies. We get the third and the most faint version of the lineup.
I think that's the fourth one. You can barely read it.
Yeah,
I think that's the
fourth
fourth one because you got one goes to the umpire. They keep one. They give one to the opposing team. We get the fourth one.
Well, whatever it is, it's hard to read.
Yes.
Then we had some raindrops on it.
So Jenna Joyce, the hitter, and got two in scoring position with one out. So now we're ready to go. Maddie Wellman on the mound. The pitch swung on. This ball's hit back up the middle of center field. Center fielder giving chase. The runners had a hold to see if the ball was going to be caught. That will drive in a run. The throw to third is not in time, and that'll be an RBI single for Jenna Joyce.
So Park scores, and the score is 9-6.
And here comes Peyton Rabin.
Well, what a day she's had.
Yeah, she batted twice in one inning. She led off the second with a home run, and then she also got a hit when she came to the dish the second time in that inning.
And that hit knocked in two, so 3 RBI day for Peyton Rabin.
And all in one inning. How about that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, as the pitch to her, swung on and missed, 0-1 the count. The rain's still coming down, not as hard as it was, but it looks like something, Bill, that we're just going to have to deal with, I think, for the remainder of the day. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on. This ball's driven to center field over the center fielder's head. No, the center fielder goes back and make a great job. Klein played that perfectly. When that ball was hit, I thought it was going to get over her head, but the runner from third tags and scores to make it 10-6, and that's an RBI for Peyton Rabin.
So a sacrifice fly, and that's her 4th RBI of the day. As we watch it again, bam.
And that will bring in the 10th run. And with 2 outs, it'll be Cunningham.
Reagan Klein really made a nice catch.
Yeah, because when the ball was first hit, I wasn't sure she was going to get to it. I thought the ball might go over her head, but Klein able to go back and squeeze it for the out. But an RBI, as you mentioned, by Rabin.
Well, she's playing deep.
That'll miss, and the count will be 2 balls and no strikes to Chloe Cunningham. Cunningham 1 for 2. She batted twice in the second inning, got a hit and scored, and then made an out as well. Swung on. This ball's right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So a good piece of hitting. That's the second hit of the ball game for Cunningham. And with 2 outs, the inning stays alive, and Bella Lilly will be the batter. She drew a walk, scored in the second, and struck out in the third.
Here's the replay, and look at that, slow-mo. Oh, heavy hitters pulling out all the stops.
I told you when we get our new haberdasher, our new wear, I'm going to have to put HH on his
I guess.
for a heavy hitter. As Bella Lilly will be the batter and the pitch. And that'll miss for ball 1.
His real name is Nick Eskins, just so you'll know when you see him walking down the street.
And they'll say heavy hitter. They don't even call him by Nick anymore. 1-0 the count to Lilly, and here comes the pitch. And that'll miss for ball 2.
Lilly with a walk and a strikeout and a run scored. Shortstop for the Lady Patriots.
Takes a called strike. The count goes to 2-1.
Independence 15-5. All 15 wins, though, have been against West Virginia teams. Greenbrier East 11-6. Getting close to postseason time.
And that pitch is low. You're right, Bill. The state tournament, it's played down at South Charleston, which I have I've had the honor and privilege to cover that 2 or 3 times for Video Productions in the National Federation High School Network. Yeah, we're probably about a month away. It's probably toward the end of May as there's a college strike. And of course, the way they're going to do it this year, with 4 classes. When I was doing it, they only had 3. So they have 3 fields, but what they're going to do is, I think, just go 2 full days or 2 classes, and then when those 2 classes, they crown those 2 state championships, then 2 more days, not have all 4 classes there at the same time.
Makes sense.
Swung on and missed, strike 3 to end the inning, but a couple of runs across the dish for Independence. We've played 4, and 10-6 the lead for the Patriots here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World of Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy-efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the view it deserves this year with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. New year, new view with energy-efficient windows from Window World of Beckley.
Call today, 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD.
For your free in-home estimate.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank.
All right, Bill, line score through 4 brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Futuristic bowling every Friday and Saturday night. Plus, they have delicious food anytime you're there during the week. Leisure Lanes, you have the line score, Bill.
Okay, Independence. There's a strike. 10 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and 3 left. Greenbrier East, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 3 left.
Top of the 5th inning, Bundy leads things off. She had a solo home run in the 2nd inning, and she grounded out in the 3rd. She's 1 for 2, and she gets hit by a pitch. And that's the 3rd time we've seen a batter get hit by a pitch. So Bundy will be on board. Yeah, she'll trot down to first after being hit by a pitch, and that will bring up Norman. Sydney Norman 0 for 2 and scored, struck out in the 2nd and reached on an error and scored in the 3rd.
I ventured outside, and the rain, it's sort of a heavy mist. Temperature is 62 degrees. Just checked the Weather Channel, but the field temperature is 55.
This ball swung on and fouled back out of play. And 0-1 the count to Sydney Norman.
You know, you asked earlier, Maris, before all this technology, how did we know about radar and all that? Well, us old people, when our joints ached, we knew. We knew stuff.
And the pitch swung on and missed. The count goes to 0-2. I thought you just looked up in the sky.
Oh, that. That's
all right. The count's 0-2 to Sydney Norman. And bring ready the 0-2 delivery. Swung on, and she got a piece of it, fouled it back out of play. The count will hold at 0-2.
But Maris, what they say is the best job in the world is to be a meteorologist. You can be wrong half the time and still keep your job.
Does that go for umpires and any other type of officials?
Well, now, wait a minute. Umpires are going to get
they get more than 50%
well,
right.
And they're going to be replaced by robots anyway.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but I agree with you. It's going to happen. I'm not sure I like that it's happening.
Yeah.
Taking the human element out of the game.
Exactly.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that'll miss. And the runner thought about taking off, and now Independence throws the ball into the outfield, and the runner is safe at second. That'll be an error, as that's an error on the catcher. That will allow Bundy to get the second. So a throwing error And Greenbrier East down 4 runs. Have got something going here in the 5th inning. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sidney Norman. As Bundy, the runner, now down at second.
Heavy hitter working on another camera location behind home plate while he's running the game.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and that'll miss. The count will even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So there's only 1 runner on. I know our graphic shows 2, but there's only 1. Runner at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count, and the pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. And for the second time in 3 at-bats, Norman is a strikeout victim.
Well, that was a pretty pitch. Bottom fell out, and it worked.
Paige Totten will now be the batter. She's 2 for 2. A couple of hits, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. And here comes the pitch. Over for a called strike, 0-1.
Light rain now. Mist has become a light rain. I'm going to stick it out, man. I'm hanging in.
It's getting a little brighter, it looks like.
Yeah.
And the 0-1 pitch, and that'll miss the count. Will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, runner at second. We're in the top half of the 5th inning. Bream ready, the 1-1 pitch swung on. This ball is hit. Nice job by the third baseman, able to scoop it up, make the throw, but the throw's low and in the dirt. That will be a throwing error, and that's the second error of the inning. And Greenbrier East with runners at third and second. It was a nice play by Simpson to scoop it up, but not able to make the throw. And now Greenbrier East Bill's got something going with 1 out.
Well, that would have been a bang-bang play at first, but the third baseman made a nice cut in front of the shortstop, but couldn't get the job done.
Clegon, the hitter. She's got a hit, 1 for 2. Swung on and missed on that one, 0-1.
And that hit produced a run?
Yeah, she flied out in the second and got that RBI hit back in the 3rd inning. Bailey Clegon. Bream ready. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled at the plate. The count will go to 0-2.
Just enough rain to be annoying.
Yeah. Like a fly at a picnic, right?
I guess. Only this is a bunch of them.
So a couple of errors. They've got Greenbrier East in business here if they can produce. They got runners at third and second, 1 out, the 0-2 delivery. And that's called strike 3. That's a big strikeout. There's 2 outs now, and Ambler will now be the hitter.
Pretty pitch. Ambler has doubled and struck out.
Yep.
And scored a run.
Yep. 1 for 2. The number 9 hitter in the lineup. She'll hit with 2 on and 2 out. And the pitch. Swung on, this ball is hit foul down the third baseline. 0-1 the count. Yeah, it's like a little mist. And just like as Bill said, just enough to be annoying. It's rained real hard, then it lets up, then it rains hard. And the pitch to Ambler. That ball bounces to the plate. It gets past the catcher. The runner comes down from third and slides in safely for a Greenbrier East run. And that will make it 10-7. Bundy able to come from third to score. And now the runner from second, Totten, will move over to third.
Somebody got on base because of an error.
Yep.
And scores on a pass ball or a wild pitch.
So the count's 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. On a run in for Greenbrier East here in the 5th inning. And now Ambler out of the batter's box, looks down at the third base coach, now steps into the box and is ready to go. If Ambler can keep the inning alive, Klein would hit next. And here comes the pitch. Swung on, that ball is skied, and that's going to be out of play. That ball was hit high in the air, but out behind the Independence dugout, and the count will go to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
For those who tuned in late, we are here at Independence High School. And Larry Poe Field, a great facility, and a big game coming.
And that's hits the batter. Like I said, that's the 4th batter, Bill, we've seen hit by a pitch, and that'll keep the inning alive for the Spartans. Runners at the corners with 2 out. And that's the 2nd batter in this inning hit by a pitch for Greenbrier East. And we'll go back to the top of the order. And Klein is also one of the batters that was been hit by a pitch. Actually, she's been hit by a pitch twice.
Klein is the potential tying run.
And she's been on base twice by taking one for the team by getting hit by a pitch. And she laces this one down the first baseline. It is fair. That plates with at least 1 run. She rounds second. She has a double, and it gets Greenbrier East a little closer. That's an RBI double for Klein. As we watch the replay, that makes it 10-8.
That was perfectly placed between the fielder and the foul line, thanks to Little General Stores, serving our region for more than 50 years.
So Greenbrier East have the tying runners in scoring position.
Lacey Patriots.
So Patriots is the hitter now. She's 1 for 3, scored a run. Got a hit back in the 3rd inning. She struck out her last time, though, in the 4th and grounded out at the shortstop in the 2nd, or back in the 1st, rather. So 10-8, and runners in scoring position that could tie the game if Lacey Patriots were able to get a hit here. And the 1-0. That's over for a called strike. The count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 offering. Swung on. This ball was hit down the right field line, giving chases the right fielder.
Out of play.
And out of play. I ran out of room trying to see, and the right fielder ran out of room trying to catch it.
Well, I got out of the press box to watch it. Just enough rain, though. It's a light rain, but it's steady.
That makes the count 1-2. And here comes the 1-2 offering. Swung on. This ball was hit foul, back out of play. Yep, so it's starting to rain. Like I said, it rained really hard, then it let up, then it rained hard, then it let up. It's like they're pushing the gas, letting up on the gas. Push the gas, let up on the gas.
At Mother Nature. What a driver. There are people watching from the embankment behind us where the highway is. We're on the opposite side of the road from the high school here at Coal City.
And here comes the 1-2. Swung on. This ball slapped down the right field line. That's a fair ball. That'll get to the wall. That should tie the game, and it will. 2 runs scored. Rounding second. The throw comes in, and that's us double, and we're all tied at 10 apiece. Oh, my, as Greenbrier East comes rallying back.
Boy, she got on that ball, and there was no way that the right fielder could catch up to it.
So a big 4 spot as Kenna Collins will now be the hitter. She's 1 for 3, got a hit last time up. And now Greenbrier East has the go-ahead run in scoring position at second. And that pitch will miss. At one time in this game, Independence led 8-1. And, Bill, at that time it could have been on the verge of maybe making this a really short game because of a 8-run rule or a 10-run rule. But Greenbrier East has fought their way back to get the game even at 10. And the pitch. That'll miss for ball 2. But 2 costly errors in this inning for Independence has helped keep the inning alive.
Well, that's the key, yeah. You got to play good defense, and the conditions are not conducive to good defense. How do you like that word?
I don't even know what it means, but it sounds important. Sounds important as this pitch is swung on right back up the middle of the base hit into center field. Joyce fields it, and they'll hold the runner at third rather than try to risk perhaps making the third out of the inning at home as Collins delivers her second hit of the ball game. And Greenbrier East's runners at first and third, and the 9th batter of this 5th inning will come to the dish, and Haley Heister for Greenbrier East.
And Haley Heister already with a 2-run home run, 1 for 3 on the afternoon, so she can be dangerous.
And the pitch to Heister, and that'll miss for ball 1. Bream in relief of Pierce and trying to get out of this jam and try to keep the game tied at 10. But Greenbrier East has the go-ahead run at third base with 2 out. And here comes the pitch. Swung on. This ball is hit into shallow left center field. It's going to be caught by Joyce. Wasn't sure if that ball was going to fall. Joyce able to make the catch. The inning ends, but Greenbrier East does damage as they get the game tied. They put up a 4 spot, middle of the 5th inning. We're all tied at 10. Greenbrier East and Independence here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Independence High School with Bill O'Brien, I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing. Alex Fink on camera. Got quite a game, Bill, here. We're all leaving at 10. Greenbrier East a run in the second, 5 in the third, and 4 here in the top of this 5th inning for their 10 runs. And Independence had 8 runs in the second and 2 in the 4th, and that gets us to where we are now, bottom of the 5th inning, as the Patriots will have their number 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
You're right. Independence had an early 8-1 lead, and East will not sit down at all. So we're tied. In that inning, 4 runs on 3 hits. There were 2 errors by the hometown Patriots.
So Booth will lead things off. It'll be Booth, Bragg, and Simpson, 8, 9, and 1, due up here in the home half of the 5th inning. 1-0 the count to Peyton Booth. And the pitch. That'll miss for ball 2. Maddie Welbin is in relief for Greenbrier East. And Weldon ready, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. And that's over for a called strike. The count goes to 2-1. It may have quit raining. It's still very
It's sort of
overcast.
spinning right now.
Yeah.
Back outside.
So 2-1 the count. And the 2-1 delivery. And that'll miss for ball 3.
Wellman, the young lady pitching, you can see that she's got, well, most people won't remember Ted Kluszewski for the Cincinnati Reds, but he always cut off his sleeve when he was batting.
And there's a base on ball, so the leadoff batter for Independence is on with Booth, and Bragg will be the hitter now.
Bragg 1 for 2, a single and an RBI and scored, and then a strikeout.
So we'll have a courtesy runner, Bill, and the runner will be Stewart.
Riley Stewart.
Of course, the second game is supposed to start at 2 o'clock, and, you've probably got to have a little time, probably at least 15 minutes between the conclusion of this game, and we're nowhere near close to this game ending. Is squaring to bunt is Bragg. And it's 1 ball, no strike. And this pitch will miss for ball 2.
In spite of the rain that we've had, Maris, and I'm very close to the cutout here, looks good.
Squaring to bunt again, takes a called strike. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Zoe Bragg, the Independence right fielder.
And the field has held up well so far. I'm sure that where the grass is in the outfield, it's a little slippery.
And the 2-1 delivery, squares to bunt, and that will miss, and the count goes to 3-1. And the 3-1 to Bragg. She squares to bunt, and we'll take ball 4. So, back-to-back walks, Bill. Have got the first 2 runners on base for the Independence Patriots here in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Well, if nothing else, Maris, this game has had plenty of base runners.
And like I said a minute ago, the second game is supposed to start at 2 o'clock. We're nowhere even close because it's right at 2 o'clock
it's
now.
1 till, yeah.
So, and who knows how long this game might last, tied at 10. So, and how much time they have to have in between games. But we're not worried about that because we're in a very exciting game here as Simpson will be the hitter with 2 on and nobody out and take a called strike 0-1.
She's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout, but walked in the second inning, scored a run, and knocked in a run with that walk.
So 0-1 the count to Simpson, and here comes the pitch. Swung on, this ball is popped up, and it's going to be out of play. Back near you, Bill. You could have caught that.
I could have caught that.
You could have.
If I'd had extra mic cord.
You could have caught that, yeah. You might have broke a finger, but you'd be all right.
Yeah, broke my neck. Getting out of this contraption here. All those years I used a handheld mic.
Simpson in the hole at 0-2, and the pitch misses, counts 1-2. Yeah, Bill, of course, nobody uses handheld mics anymore. Everything's headsets.
Yeah, really.
That way you can have your hands free to catch foul balls, right?
Well, I'll tell you, people asked why I used that. I had that to grip, and it just sort of gave me a little more confidence.
This ball swung on, hit down the left field line, and the left fielder can't make the play, and that'll knock in a run. 1 in, and they'll hold the other runner at third, and Independence has regained the lead, and we'll have to check that out if that's going to be a hit or an error because it looked like the left fielder, Seabold, actually had it in her glove. Let's see if we can get the replay here as we take a look at that. Yeah, she just dropped that. That's going to be an error. But nevertheless, Independence will regain the lead. So an error on the left fielder, and that brings up Ava Parks.
So no RBI.
Ball swung on, hit to the shortstop. That's going to be an error. The shortstop trying to knock it down, and that'll get another run in. But right now, the errors, back-to-back errors on Greenbrier East.
And, until now, East had played errorless softball.
So the first 4 batters of this Independence 5th inning, Bill, has been able to reach. 2 have scored, and it's 12-10 as Breen will be the hitter, and she has been on base 3 times with 2 hits and a walk. And we'll take a called strike 0-1.
And she's done a good job in the circle as the relief pitcher for Independence.
So Booth walked, Bragg walked, and Simpson and Park each reach on errors, and Independence has regained the lead 12-10. This ball swung on and missed. And the count evens, I beg your pardon, it's 0-2.
Well, this is the middle of the order. It's time for East to knuckle down.
Ball 1 right there. That ball will miss off the plate. 1-2 the count. Ball swung on, hit to the shortstop. They make the play. They'll get the force there at second. And that'll be a fielder's choice, and that's the first out of the inning.
Well, the runner at second base had to hold up for a moment. That was dangerous.
But the runner from first to second is out to the force play at second. Now Independence has runners at the corners with one out, and Jenna Joyce will be the batter. Joyce, a couple of hits here on the afternoon. Scored a run. 2 for 3. And the pitch. That's way outside for ball 1.
So we told you Joyce with 8 home runs and 41 runs batted in and a better than 500 batting average. So she's the most dangerous in that Lady Patriot lineup.
So we'll have a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Bream. And I'm trying to see who that is.
Number 4 is Justice. It's
yes.
Harris Justice.
Harris Justice is the courtesy runner. And I'm not sure if they counted that last pitch. It was outside. I don't see it on the scoreboard. I'm not sure if they counted that or not. This pitch definitely misses. So I don't think that last pitch did count as both runners advance. Third and second with one out. And the count 1-0. Swung on. Ball hit the left field. Forget about it. Home run. 3-run shot. That ball had no chance to be caught as Joyce got all of that. And you could tell the minute she hit it, you knew that ball was gone. And a 3-run blast for Jenna Joyce and Independence with a 4 spot. Take a 4-run lead at 14-10.
Jenna Joyce. We'll watch it again here in just a moment. As you see the happy Lady Patriots gathering around home plate. Joyce was due, and that's her 9th home run, and here it comes again. Watch the swing. See ya.
Yeah, the park won't hold it. I think I said 4 runs. That's 5 runs in the inning, and they take a 15-10 lead. So in the last 2 innings, Independence has scored 7 runs. And they've done all their damage basically in 3. They got 8 runs in the second, 2 last inning, like I said, 5 now, on that and 3 of them on that 3-run shot by Joyce, and 1 out. And Peyton Rabin will be the hitter. 2 for 3 on the afternoon.
She's got a home run to her credit.
That's right. She got the offense going for Independence with a leadoff home run there. A leadoff home run in the second inning.
Yeah.
1-0 the count. A big 5 spot for the Patriots here in this inning. Ball 2.
Rabin also had a 2-run single and a sacrifice fly. So 4 RBIs on the afternoon for Peyton Rabin.
Big day, and her day's not done yet. And the pitch. And that'll miss for ball 2. Actually, ball 3. 3-0. Scoreboard has 2-0, but it's actually 3-0. And the 3-0 delivery. And taken all the way for ball 4. So that'll bring Cunningham to the dish, and she's got a couple of hits.
So Maddie Wellman for Greenbrier East in relief of Kenna Collins, who pitched the first 1 1/3 innings and gave up 8 runs. Wellman is in, and now she's given up 7.
We're going to have a pitching change, so we're going to take a break as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning with Independence leading 15-10. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. For West Virginia.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World at Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the...
Got a new pitcher in the ball game, Bill. And her first pitch, she hits the batter for Independence. You have the new Greenbrier East pitcher.
Weichel is in the circle after Wellman gave up 7 runs and 5 hits in 4+ innings of work.
And new pitcher brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They have futuristic bowling every Friday and Saturday night. So it'll be Lily will now be the hitter. And ball gets past the catcher and the runners will advance. So 2 more runners now built in scoring position. And only 1 out.
You know, Independence, this is their 21st game. They've been averaging 10 runs per game. They already have 15.
Yeah, this game was tied coming to the bottom of the 5th inning, and they've got a big 5 spot led by a big 3-run home run by Jenna Joyce. Rabin has went deep. Joyce has gone deep. And for Greenbrier East, Bundy has gone deep, and Heaster has gone deep. This ball was hit across the diamond. They make the play, but a run scores. That's the 2nd out of the inning, but another run in to make it 16-10. And now this will be the 10th batter of this 5th inning. Yes, Booth will be the hitter, and actually be Stewart now, because I guess Stewart actually went in, so Stewart will now be the batter. Kaylee Stewart. This will be her first opportunity at the dish here this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. Feels like evening. Seems like we've been here from the morning on into the afternoon, and with the weather the way it is and dark as it's getting, it seems like that it's evening. It feels like it's nighttime.
Yeah, really.
But Independence a big 6 spot here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They take a 16-10 lead. The pitch, and that'll miss for ball 2 rather. Beg your pardon.
I don't have any stats on Stewart.
But Independence got 8 runs in the 2nd. They've scored 8 over the last 2 innings, 2 last inning and 6 this inning. And they've opened up the 16-10 lead as that ball is fouled back. Counts 2-1. We're the home half the 5th inning. This is the first of 3 games here being played this afternoon, this evening here at Coal City. Greenbrier East will take on Logan. We figure there's probably about at least 10, 15-minute break between games. This ball's hit to the right side. The second baseman knocks it down, not able to make the play. That'll be an error, and another run will score.
The 3rd error of the inning after Greenbrier East had played errorless ball through the first 4.
So 7 runs in the inning. Yeah, we ran in this to a game that we did earlier, Bill, when Morgan and I did the Beckley-George Washington game. When it got to 8 runs here in this part of the inning, or this part of the game, then the game was over. So if Independence is able to score again, the game would be over.
Thank you, sir.
But it's been a big inning, a big 7-run 5th inning to take a 17-10 lead, as there's a called strike as the batter for Independence is Justice. And this is her first at bat. Ball 2, 2-0 the count. 1-1, I beg your pardon. And the 1-1. And a check swing for a called strike. The count goes to 1-2.
I had the right angle on that, and that was the right call. Umps have done a great job today under extenuating circumstances.
You mean rain?
That's it. Why didn't I say that?
Yeah, why didn't you?
Extenuating.
Yeah, rain. Swung on and missed, strike three. That'll end the inning, but Independence a big 7 spot in the bottom of the fifth, and we got a football score right, 17-10, as Independence will take that 7-run lead to the 6th inning. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
As we go to the top of the 6th inning, Bill, as the Lady Patriots have got them a little breathing room now. They've opened up a 1-touchdown lead, leading 17-10. And they were able to put up a 7 spot. We're going to have a pitching change for Independence. So we'll have to get out our roster. They'll go to their 3rd pitcher of the afternoon. And that pitcher is going to be Peyton Booth, will come in to pitch for the Lady Patriots. So due up for Greenbrier East will be the 5th, 6th, and 7th batters. It'll be Bundy, Norman, and Totten due up here at the top of the 6th inning. But it doesn't look like it's raining anymore at the moment.
Yeah, it's sort of spitting, just enough to be annoying, as I said earlier.
Yep. Of course, everybody knew by checking the radar when they got to the ballpark this morning or into the afternoon that it pretty much for softball fans wasn't what we all wanted to see, because it had rain and some rain and then a little bit more rain. So we'll take a quick break while Booth goes through a warm-ups, and we'll be right back with the top of the 6th inning here on Video Productions.
Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay, because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
All right, we're back here at Independence High School. Is the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon, Peyton Booth, now will be on the mound, or I should say in the circle. And it'll be Campbell Bundy will be the hitter. She scored twice. She has a solo home run back in the 2nd inning. That seemed like last week, Bill. That was so long ago, right?
It was.
There's ball 1 to Bundy. It'll be Bundy, Norman, and Totten. As I mentioned, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up here for Greenbrier East here in the top half of the 6th inning. And the pitch. That will miss for ball 2.
You mentioned this is like a football score. Of course, Beckley and Greenbrier East had been big opponents on football.
This ball swung on and missed, and the count goes to 2-1.
But East and Independence are getting to be a rival.
Well, they're going to play in football at Greenbrier East. That's the last game of the regular season for both teams next season. And this pitch is swung on, and that ball is hit in the air, and it's hit on the right side. Raven out on the grass and able to squeeze it for the first out of the 6th inning.
Rain has stopped for the moment, we're happy to say. Norman coming up.
So Norman has struck out a couple of times, reached on an error and scored. 0 for 3. There's Peyton Booth, the 3rd Independence pitcher in the circle for the Lady Patriots here in the top half of the 6th inning. And there's a called strike. She's been having the luxury of having a 7-run lead when she entered the game.
Well, Maris, I asked you during the commercial to check your score sheet, and it agreed with mine.
Yes, there's a called strike, 0-2 the count.
In that last half inning, when Independence scored 7 runs, they did it on 1 hit.
Yeah, that was a big one, though, that big 3-run shot by Jenna Joyce. But the errors for Greenbrier East really kind of, well, not kind of did. It unraveled that inning for them.
There were 3 errors plus hit by pitch.
And right now Norman in the hole with 0-2, and this ball will miss. That pitch, rather, will miss outside for ball 1. And the 1-2. Swung on. A little comebacker. Nice job by Booth to backhand it, flip it over to first base for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 down. And Totten will now be the hitter.
Totten's been on all 3 times.
Yeah. Got a couple of hits, reached on an air and scored a run. And that first pitch will miss for ball 1. Swung on, that ball's hit foul down the first baseline. The count will even 1 ball, 1 strike.
Each team has used 3 pitchers so far. 27 total runs scored.
And here comes the 1-1 to Paige Totten. Booth ready. And that'll miss for ball 2. The 2-1 offering. And that'll miss. It's 3-1. Totten can keep it alive. Clegon would be next. And the pitch swung on. That ball is hit. And good hustle by Raven, the second baseman, but not able to get it as the ball goes through for a hit. So that's the 3rd hit of the day, Bill, for Totten.
Paige Totten's done a nice job.
Watch the replay here. It's a good hustle that time by Peyton Raven over, but couldn't get to it, and the ball gets to the outfield.
East refuses to give up. Cleghorn coming up.
She's got a hit and 3 trips to the dish.
And an RBI.
Yep. Got to get a new softball. You know, looking down on the score sheet, outside of the first inning, was a 1-2-3 inning that Greenbrier East had, and let's see, Independence has not had a 1-2-3 inning. And the way all these girls can hit, it's very hard to get a 1-2-3 inning. As there's a strike, 0-1 the count to Bailey Cleghorn. And the pitch swung on and missed. The count goes to 0-2. Booth is ready and ready to deliver the 0-2, and that'll miss for ball 1.
This is a scheduled 7-inning game, but again, Maris was telling you about the 8-run rule.
Yeah, if Independence able to shut him down here, swung on, missed strike 3. If Independence gets a run here in the bottom of the 6th, we won't get to the 7th, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th with a 17-10 lead for Independence here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
We got you.
Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Okay, it's 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yep, going to the bottom of the sixth inning is Independence with a touchdown lead, 17-10. And it will be back to the top of the order, Bill. As you had mentioned earlier, 1, 2, and 3. It'll be Simpson, Parks, and Bream for the Patriots here in the bottom of the sixth inning, which has been a very exciting and entertaining softball game. 27 runs between them as Simpson leads things off. She struck out in the first, drew a walk and scored in the second, flied out in the fourth, and reached on an error and scored in the fifth. And the first pitch to her is over for a called strike 0-1 to Simpson.
Chloe Weichel in the circle, not on the mound. There is no mound.
Yeah, this is, as you mentioned, Bill, each team has used 3 pitchers. And this pitch is for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The temperature seems like it's dropping just a bit, isn't it?
Just a bit, yeah. Yeah, we started out at 63, and it's probably 60 now, but the wind chill is in the 50s.
Count at 1-1 to Simpson, and the 1-1 pitch. He squares the bunt and fouls it. The count's 1-2.
Kenna Collins started and pitched the first inning and a third. Then Wellman came in and went 4+ innings, and now Weichel.
Got a little slight breeze as we see the American flag and the Independence flag out there just to the right of the scoreboard. And this pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. There's the first out in the Independence sixth inning as Simpson is a strikeout victim. So 1 out, nobody on, and that'll bring up Parks. Parks is 0 for 3 and was hit by a pitch and scored a run. And takes a called strike 0-1.
Parks is due, I'm telling you. Excellent hitter, great catcher, Ava Parks.
Yeah, she had a home run when we were here on Wednesday, Bill, when Independence beat St. Albans. And she'll go down and confer with their head coach of Independence.
Yeah, Ken Adkins has done a great job for Indy. 15-5 record, 15-0 against teams from West Virginia.
Ball's a little high right there. So that just popped up on my phone. We went under 60 degrees now.
Oh, my.
1 ball, 1 strike to count to Parks. And the pitch. Swung on. This ball slapped foul down the right field line. Count goes to 1-2.
Up on the embankment near the highway.
And the pitch. And that'll be ball 2. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So the next game will start after us. East will stay here and play Logan.
I would say we're probably at least 15 minutes in between games.
Yeah.
And here comes the 2-2. Swung on right back up the middle. That's going to be a hit because there's no way that Weichel will be able to handle it, and that's a hit all the way. So Parks is aboard with 1 out.
Weichel just couldn't find it. Hit right at her. So that is a single. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Bream. She singled, walked, and hit into a fielder's choice.
Do you have Independence now? That was their 9th hit? Is that correct?
Let's take a look here. It's 8, 10, 11, 12.
12 hits. What am I thinking, right? Is that ball slapped foul down the third baseline?
Well, we were close. Well, you know, keeping score in baseball and softball is a lost art. And I had not done it in quite a while. I'm still trying to get caught up.
Here's the pitch. Ball swung on and fouled back. 0-2 the count to Bream. Well, you can remember, Bill, in the old days when you go to the ballpark, you know, they would give you a score sheet for free and then charge you a quarter for a pencil.
Exactly.
So you could keep score, right? So I guess if you brought your own pencil, you were in luck.
Now they charge you $5 if you're lucky.
If you ask for to keep score. Here's the pitch, and that gets away, and that'll allow the runner Parks to go to second. She'll take the big turn and get back to second. So in scoring position with one out.
That's the run. If she can get home.
Yeah, if she can get
that'll
home.
Be the game.
That would be the game. Of course, you got the heart of the lineup here at Independence, Bream, the third hitter, and you got Joyce, the fourth hitter, and then Raven, the fifth hitter up. So, you know, you got plenty of bats here for the Patriots to, you know, get that run in from second.
Yeah, the heart of the order.
The 1-2 pitch, and that'll make it 2-2, and Parks able to go to third. So what could end the game would be Parks 60 feet away down at third base with only one out.
And that's what happened to the Spartans last inning. They had played good ball. It was a tie score at 10, and then they just sort of imploded.
And that's why they've got to bring the infield in to try to cut that run off at the plate. And the pitch. Swung on. That goes back up the middle. That's a base hit, and that'll do the ball game, as that's an RBI single. That will make it 18-10, and that will be it. So Independence will win the ball game 18-10 as they really came alive in the fourth and fifth innings. Well, actually, the second inning was their biggest inning as they get the job done. Final score 18-10. We'll take a quick break and have a quick post-game show when we return here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
This new year, give your home a fresh start with a brand new view from Window World of Beckley.
At Window World, we believe all homes deserve comfort, energy savings, and style all year long.
With our energy-efficient windows and doors, Window World has you covered.
Give your home the view it deserves this year with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. New year, new view with energy-efficient windows from Window World of Beckley.
Call today, 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD
for your free in-home estimate.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
And we welcome back to Independence High School. Maris Lowry, Bill O'Brien. Final score: Independence defeats Greenbrier East 18-10, and we'll have the final line scores unofficially. And that's brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Check out futuristic bowling every Friday and Saturday night at Leisure Lanes. Call to reserve your lane at 304-253-7328. Bill, you have the unofficial line scores.
Okay, Independence wound up with 18 runs on 13 hits. There were 3 errors. And for Greenbrier East, 10 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors. And Booth winds up as the winning pitcher for Independence. Weichel, the losing pitcher for the Spartans.
All right, well, that'll do it for this game. Now we'll have Greenbrier East and Logan. I would imagine at least 15 minutes in between the ending of this game and the starting of the next game. And then when that game is done, it will be Independence taking on Logan. But it'll be Logan and Greenbrier East up next. Bill, we appreciate you coming out for the first game, as Morgan will join me now. Morgan Payne will join me for games 2 and 3.
All right, have a good afternoon, and I'll be watching here
All right,
on
Bill, appreciate
Video
it.
Productions.
Thank you very much. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes for the second game here on Video Productions.